With me is the Afghan envoy to New Delhi. So, welcome to WION. And my first question to you is the Indian budget has been announced. We know that the Indian government has made an announcement, an allocation of 200 crore rupees for Afghanistan. How do you see this development as a continuation of the policy?
Thank you, Sidhant. Well, this comes at a very crucial time, at a time when many countries have turned their back towards Afghanistan, and India has been forthcoming to support the Afghan people at a difficult time. The 200 crore rupees assistance for development is something that we greatly appreciate. And additionally, the 100 crore rupees budget for the development of Chabahar port is yet another initiative that has been welcomed by the Afghan business community. So we thank the Indian government for its usual generosity, and India is proving to be a formidable and tested partner.
Talking about the relationship, especially the trade relationship, you have an event here at the embassy. How do you see the trading relationship between India and Taliban, and perhaps certain challenges as well?
Well, the trade between our two nations have been there for centuries. But looking at the past 20 years in particular, there has been an incremental increase. And now we have reached our peak. The peak is that we are trading at around $1.5 billion bilaterally. Now we could certainly double that amount within a few years' time if trade routes are properly opened. Looking at the figures of the past 9 months, trade has intrinsically increased. We have not seen any downfall in trade. And even if you look at the demand of the Taliban, larger or greater than their recognition, they focus more on banking, they focus more on the release of the foreign reserve. So they have an understanding of the significance of trade, which we appreciate, and I hope that they would continue with that sentiment. Together with the Indian traders, we initiated this event today that the Afghan business community and the Indian traders would meet. There hasn't been a meeting for several months because of the COVID situation and because of the ongoing crisis in our country. We made a visit to Punjab 2 weeks back where we met many Indian traders, many Afghan students, many Afghan businessmen. And as a follow-up to that, we are holding this event here today.
India is sending humanitarian support to Afghanistan. 4 batches have been sent of medicines. There is also talk of wheat being sent to Afghanistan. So if you can give a reaction to India's support, and also perhaps talk about what is the plan like when this humanitarian aid of wheat can be delivered to the Afghan people?
Well, like I said, India has always remained a trusted and formidable partner and has stood with the Afghan people. Our relation has never been limited to government. Our relations have been largely people to people. India has assisted us in 4 different ways since August 15th. The largest support that the Afghan people have received or about to receive is the budget which was announced yesterday, which brings about a lot of clarity. Secondly, India is going to deliver 50,000 metric ton of wheat in the next week or 2. It's going to start the delivery of the wheat, which should be completed in a month's time. Pakistan has given all the assurances that we required, we the Afghan side and the Indian government required to start the delivery operation. The third area of support that we have received was from scholarships to our students. India continues to invest in our future, for which we are grateful. And fourth, the support that India has been assisting with the humanitarian assistance. 500,000 COVID vaccines, 6 tons of medical supplies being sent in the past 6 weeks. So India has not left the Afghan people alone at a difficult time, and we look forward to India's timely intervention in areas where the Afghan people require the most help in.
So my last and final question: how do you see situation panning out in Afghanistan? The change has happened. It's been 6 months, over 6 months since the Taliban has come. So how do you see Afghanistan going forward? There is the issue of humanitarian crisis, but also the governance as well.
We are hopeful, and there is a sense of optimism among our senior former leaders like President Karzai, Dr. Abdullah, who still happen to be in Kabul and who still are talking to the Taliban. The international community are talking to the Taliban, and we hope that Taliban would begin to open up to the idea of forming an inclusive government. There has been some positive developments recently by allowing the opening of girls' schools and female and letting female to attend universities. We hope that those promises would materialize in the weeks ahead. And also in the coming spring, as we hear that there's going to be discussion on the formation of an inclusive government. So there is some optimism among our political circles, among our political elites. And I hope that those optimisms or that optimism would be realized in the months ahead.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for speaking to WION. Always a pleasure to speak to you, sir. So clearly the message is that New Delhi has stood with the people of Afghanistan, and this is something that has been a time-tested partnership. With video journalist Neeraj Patel, Sidhant, Sibal for WION in New Delhi.